High atop First Presbyterian Church on South Claiborne Avenue, some threadbare multicolored rope might be the only thing keeping concrete spires from crashing down. And the spires, these are really, really heavy.
Oh, these things are 300 pounds plus.
Eric Lasayer's company, Telejackson Things, was hired by First Presbyterian to secure the spires after Hurricane Ida knocked two of them loose in 2021.
My concern was, and still is to this day, if these spires fall and hurt someone, my company was the last one to put hands on them, for the most part, to do the last repairs to them. And we don't be in a position where someone gets hurt, and then some lawyer look at, who was the last contractor to do the repairs. And of course, it was Telejackson Things.
The church says Lasayer's company took down a third spire and a fourth fell in a July 2022 storm. In 2023, Lasayer bid to fix the spires permanently. The church hired a Houston firm to install a new metal roof instead. But that $800,000 job did not include fixing the spires.
Open the church doors.
Lasayer complained and protested. And in December, Chief Building Official Jay Dufour took action. He sent the church this violation letter alleging structural work was done without a permit and calling the spires held up with ropes an unsafe condition. He even warned that the church's electricity would be shut off if it didn't get, quote, emergency repairs and/or analysis from a licensed structural engineer.
This was in December of last year. Have them removed or rectified, or they would remove the meat or whatever else they do to get them to have them removed. So.
But they have not done so.
No, not since December.
Enforcement, or the lack thereof, is just one small part of the deep-rooted dysfunction at the New Orleans Safety and Permits Department, which I've documented in a series of reports since 2019. Now, Mayor Helena Moreno is counting on her newly appointed Director of Safety and Permits, Susanna Kirby, to fix it.
There appear to be violations and nothing happens to address them. Maybe enforcement is not following through on cases that I've looked at that predate your arrival. What's being done to address that?
It is on the radar that there is this lack of transparency when it comes to somebody submits a violation, you get a case number, for example, we say it's going to go to adjudication, but then it kind of drops off a cliff and nobody sees the end of that. It is something I'm aware of.
Kirby says she's prioritizing safety violations to get those resolved more quickly. Lasayer says that's long overdue.
Well, when you bring something to somebody's attention and they don't do anything about it for about a year, that means to me that something's wrong.
At New Orleans Safety and Permits, a lot has been wrong for many years. In part 2, I'll show you why it will take much more than colorful rope to prop it back up. David Hammer, WWL, Louisiana.
Well, Safety and Permits Director Susanna Kirby said her staff tried to give the church time to address the violation, but, quote, unfortunately, communications with the property has been limited in recent months. An attorney for the church says they have engaged in engineers to look at the spires. Now, coming up tonight at 10, David has more with Kirby as she explains how she plans to turn around a department that's been a den of corruption and inefficiency.